Wow.
And that's
Hey,
all.
we'll make some noise. Yeah.
Yes.
It's Friday night,
Yes.
and it's a special night because tomorrow it's weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And next month it's holidays, Christmas
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Now, before that, I'm here with Villa. So let's give another noise for her.
Thank you so much. And thank you
Okay.
so much for having me on this platform and on your platform.
Thank you. No, thank you too for joining me here in this alternative live talk. So we'll make some noise and syempre, I'm gonna talk in Tagalog for a bit because
Yes.
right now I'm gonna have a nosebleeds throughout the night.
No, that's okay.
So now, okay. So how are you? How's your night?
I'm I'm doing well. I think yeah, because I had my day off today, so I was able to just declutter my head space, declutter my environment, so that way I'm able to kind of work on the next move and what's next. Just because I
Mhm.
find if my environment is messy, I find that my head gets messy too,
Oh,
and I need to make sure that like especially if I'm going to my bed too, you like
mhm.
that's my place to rest. So it's
Yes.
one of those things like I want to wake up with a clean room and not, So it was a good catch up day doing laundry, all that stuff. All the
That's
real, the real
yeah.
deal solo things you got to do.
For sure. That's how we are Filipinos. Like we don't want our places like, mess mess up. So and every weekend too, like we do our chores every
Yes.
weekend because most Filipinos works in weekdays. So now it's weekend, so I'm happy again. But even it's a short time of period of time, I'm gonna spend at least doing a lot of chores. And here we are. This is my like hobby to talk to any artist here around the globe. And
Oh,
now I'm with you. So, we need to meet Villa more of her, right?
mhm.
So let's start my first question here. Siyempre, again, Tagalog. Siyempre.
Yeah, you can speak in Tagalog if you want. If I'll be honest, if I can't
Can you
understand,
can you understand
like
Tagalog like
exactly like
fluently?
konti lang. Like I can grasp what you're about to like what you're asking, and then I would just respond in English, or maybe I would ask again
So
if
they cannot sell you out.
yeah. Well, I
If
yeah.
someone's talking to you like in Tagalog,
I could
oops,
like
I
understand
hear
most
you.
of it. I could understand most of it because my parents would speak to me in Tagalog, but I would
Mm.
respond back in like English
Oh, okay.
or Taglish, some and plus my grandma too when she was living here, she was
Mhm.
all Tagalog with us growing up.
Huh? Where are you from in Philippines?
My dad is from Manila and then my mom
Mm.
is from La Union.
Oh, Oh, so your Lola is Ilocana?
Like yeah, like Pangasinan or
Pangasinense?
I think
Ay,
she knows like they definitely my mom speaks a different dialect. And then yeah, my dad will just speak but she knows how to speak Tagalog too.
Yes. For oops, just about great sacrifice. It's about I think
Oh
we're
wait,
good.
can you repeat that one more time?
I think we're frozen
Oh
for a
yeah,
bit.
okay. Okay. I think it's good now.
Yeah, no, we're just talking about that, right?
Yeah, yeah, I
Now we're
know.
looking at connections. Okay. Now, can you please at least introduce yourself to everyone? And you just mentioned your family background, like where you from in Philippines.
Yeah. So like a little bit about myself, right?
Yes, for
Yeah,
sure.
okay. So um my art, so I go by Villa, and then it's V exclamation point LLAH. um I'm Yeah, my background is Filipino. I was born here in Canada. I was born in Mississauga. And
Mm.
yeah, and my parents were born in the Philippines. They came here. Then they had my two sisters, two older sisters. So I'm the youngest. So there's three Marias,
Oh wow.
family. I'm the youngest. So yeah, and I started doing this, like, as a Filipino family, you have the karaoke happening. So I was very influenced already at such a young age, and my parents already pushing me towards, oh, singing in front of a crowd, because I started off with singing, actually. And then, eventually I got into poetry, and then poetry began in like elementary school and high school, and
Mhm.
then it turned into me writing my own raps. But
Oh.
I was very shy to even tell people that I was rapping, because
Mhm.
everyone would think that I would just sing. And even right now, if I sometimes, if it's a new crowd, I'm performing, most of the people might think, oh, she's gonna sing or something, and instead I'm rapping, and they get so shocked with my performance.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah, I
and
saw it too. I'm
yeah,
much, I'm really shocked. Like, wow, this 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 tiny woman, like right now, like when she rap, like it's really like angsty, fierce, something like
yeah,
that for me. So wow.
definitely. I
But where did you get that name, Villa?
Villa. Okay, so my last name is Villa Corta. It's Villa Corta. So
Oh.
it just has the VI, the VILL. I didn't add the H before. I before
Mhm.
though, my name was called Young Villa, like
Mm.
YUNG Villa. And there was no H at the end. But as you know, as I'm getting like older and stuff, I also took marketing as well in
Mhm.
college. So I
Mhm.
was able to actually apply marketing in my own brand. So when I thought of my name, I thought of something where like the H here is like gives more emphasis. So it's like
Yeah.
Villa. And
But unfortunately, when I like message you up asking
yes.
for interview, like inviting you, I just call you Villa without H. Like my
Oh no,
bad.
that's
Like,
okay. Oh my
but at
gosh.
least, right?
Yeah,
That's
no,
good.
that's okay. You know what? At the beginning with my name, some people like they didn't realize I had the H at the end.
Yes.
So some people did would only have Villa, and it's the VILLA. Except I've really branded myself, so the I is an exclamation point.
Yes. That's really
And it's
unique. Eh?
yeah, and it's all in caps too. So it's like, especially if you're like, with the exclamation point, it's there's um there's a motion to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like I was even before this, before I even started with performing, I was visualizing and hearing the way how a crowd would chant my
Mhm.
name. And it would be like Villa, Villa, Villa. Because
Yeah.
before, my other name was Young Villa. So, I
Mm.
had to make sure that, my name was easy to remember, easy to chant.
Yeah.
And especially, I was even thinking about SEO, like when you're searching up someone's name. If you search up YUNG, there's going to be a lot of artists that might have that. Whereas if you look at V, there's maybe not so much. Maybe
Oh, I
there's,
understood.
yeah, because there's a lot of other names that are very, like
Mhm.
C's and all of that. But Villa is pretty much like
They
unique to
don't
me.
they don't use much, something like
Yeah,
that.
they
They
don't
don't
use
use much.
V. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, like, there's Van Halen that has a V in it, but like,
But not
yeah,
a lot, right?
not a lot. So that's why I went with that. And I think this was really something that truly represented me, because
Yeah.
it is my name, it is my last name. And I wanted to incorporate my culture as well, and to make sure that people know that I'm a proud Filipina, and I'm here in Canada, and I'm trying to make a difference, and trying to help out within the community, and
Yes.
just be a bridge for others and make a difference. So
Yes, for sure. For
yeah.
sure. Wow. That's
Mhm.
really cool name, Villa, because
Thank you.
you just pointed out regarding when they say your name, like
Hmm.
in your gig, like Villa, Villa. Because
Love.
if you're gonna call your name as Young Vil, that's
Yeah, it would
too long,
too
right?
much. Yeah.
Too much, too much.
Hmm.
You're good at it, right?
Thank
Being
you.
also like a marketer, because you just
Yes.
mentioned, right?
Like yeah, and because I took it during college, and I only took 2 years, but I was
Mm-hmm.
always a people person, growing
Mm-hmm.
up, even
Mm-hmm.
high school, college, and doing presentations. I was pretty much really good with public speaking. Like, I've done speeches before in elementary too. So it's been in my nature. So I think the fact that I did take marketing helped tie in my brand together, because
Yes.
I'm very proud. I'm like, when I have this now and I look at it, I'm very proud from where I started, and now I'm starting to like grow, and I'm trying to grow as much as I can with my brand.
Yeah, to be honest, like your link tree, your
Mhm.
Instagram, your Facebook, your branding, your name, your merchandise, your merch, like it's really like catchy for me. Like
Thank
wow,
you.
right? No,
Thank you so
that's
much.
an honest opinion for me, Villa. Then, but before our next question here, we have
Yes,
a
yes.
visitor from Toronto.
Ah, I
It's
see Jay
Jay.
Costa.
Yes.
Hi, Jay
Kamusta?
Costa.
One of the best performer here in Toronto. I
Oh my
saw
gosh,
him
I
too.
love him. He's
Yeah.
amazing.
Everyone's like, what do you call that? Like, it was fun, right?
Yes, I learned
It's
from him
entertaining
too.
too, right? So,
Yeah, entertaining. Yeah, because if you're performing, you also want to be an entertainer as
that's
well. I
very
feel like
true.
people forget that, you still need to entertain a crowd and make sure you
Hmm.
capture and
Yeah.
like engage with the crowd. And he definitely does that. So I've
Yes.
learned a lot from him too, and I've watched him grow.
Wow. Yeah, because you should not be bored on the stage.
Yes.
You should get the crowd, right? Like at least screaming at you, like "Yay, Cos!"
Yeah,
Right, Jay?
exactly.
Thanks for coming here in our live talk.
Yeah.
But Jay will be here next week,
Hey, that's
right?
good. I'll
I'll do
definitely
my
come
best to get home after what do you call this? Zakta Budlo, right? So
in.
okay, Jay. Thanks, man. And then our next question. When did you start writing songs like loving rap? When did you start?
Oh, yeah. I'd say I started writing serious maybe 2018, 2019, more so maybe 2019, because um for me, how it really started,
Mhm.
I was always around like the guys in high school, or like even in elementary, because I really love sports. I love the sports. I wanted to
Mhm.
always be involved in what the guys were doing, because I was just I have this competitive nature. So I there were some guys who were rapping in my high school, and they would be rapping, freestyling and all of that, and I'm just engaging. I'm like, this is cool. I'm like, I want to do this kind of stuff. And I guess I came across one beat that was called Holy Water by The Game. And when I heard the beat, I was just really moved by it because hello?
What's happening?
Oh, there. Oh, okay.
let's
But I think it sounds yeah.
let's stop the desk. Got jinx.
Yeah,
Do you believe in jinx?
I know.
We're just talking
Isn't it?
about it
I
at the
know.
backstage. Okay, sorry, Villa.
No, that's okay. So
So you're trying to engage with your high school,
my classmates,
yeah, classmates.
yeah, so I was listening to a song that they were rapping to, and it was instrumental, and
Hmm.
I ended up taking that instrumental back home, and I started listening to it overnight, like multiple times on loop, and I really liked that. And then I went to bed, and then the next morning I literally, like, I woke up, I was listening to the beat again, and then I just started writing. It just started
Hmm.
to pour out for me because I was just so, like, if you're in a momentum, you got to
Yes.
make sure your energy, like, if you feel the momentum, you have to go for it. And that's what I did at that time. And when I started writing it out and I started rapping it out loud, I was like, wow, I'm like, maybe I can do this.
Hmm.
And I think it was like a self realization that I'm like, wow, I just did this. I just wrote this out. I listened to the beat, and then the next morning it just started to come out, like, freely and naturally. So then when I started to get that, I was like, wow, I need, excuse me, like, I need to continue that. And I was saying that I was a little bit shy too growing up, and not telling anyone that I rap. So
Hmm.
I think, once I started to get the confidence and build the confidence of me, being able to do it, and I loved it too. It was something where it's like poetry, you
Yes.
build your paragraphs, paragraph by paragraph. And I like being lyrical. I like
Hmm.
to play on words, word puns. I want people to understand what I'm saying also,
Yes.
because sometimes it could be, there could be rap that, you can't even understand, and you just hear the beat. But I want you to be able to hear my rap while the beat is also playing, and it mixes well together. But yeah, I'd say 2019 is like my good start to rapping, because I also did, when I was starting off there, I was doing content myself with my
Hmm.
own, just like my iPhone. And I had
Yes.
an old iPhone 7 that was, like, it was a smaller phone. And I recorded myself just with my iPhone and a YouTube beat. I used
Yes.
to listen to YouTube beats, and then I would write on it. And that's how I kind of practice with
Hmm.
that. And I try doing it every month. So that's why it was something I was able to make goals with. And I think that from then on there, I was just practicing. And the more I got into the hang of it, the more I was in the flow. So I think that's kind of when I started to fully
Wow.
do it.
Wow. Because while you're doing that, like, do you have any like influences by that time?
Yeah. I'm very, I was really into the 2000s era,
Hmm.
and even 90s too, of course, with like certain rap. Like, there's, I'm really influenced though by Nos is one for sure. Lauren Hill. Lauren
Hmm.
Hill is another one. She's really good. I like her
Yes.
storytelling, the way how she also raps and sings. I like
Yes.
combining the two. And I really liked Missy Elliott too. Missy Elliott
Oh.
was, because she's like an entertainer. She did the dancing, the music, like the music video, the colors and everything. So
Yes.
that's why I'm like, I want that kind of, that
You want
vibe.
to represent that too, kind of at
Yeah,
least.
I want to mix all of it. I want to mix the hard hip hop, boom bap, like the roots from, hip hop and rap, and then also bringing in the, R&B, with mixing the rap with the vocals and singing. And then the fun part, like the dance, and
Hmm.
just the creative side towards what music can look like. Because you can definitely listen to music, but when you can also watch the
Yeah.
music together and put the music video and even the face of the artist too, to putting it
Yeah.
together, putting two and two together, it makes it a whole, like, experience that people
For
can
sure.
enjoy. And that's why those people are the creators of the world, the entertainers. And yeah, and that was something I was really influenced by. And I'm trying to think if there's any other major. Oh, Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury
Oh wow.
from
Have you watched the he's like, what do you call that? Like
the
the movie?
the movie. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Have
I
you watched it?
definitely watched it.
It's
I
really good, eh?
yes. Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
have you cried? Like
Yeah, like
I did.
I really enjoyed it. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's a really good story. Like there's
Yes.
one scene in that movie like made me cry
Yeah.
because you can feel. I think, yeah, I think that's the movie that I cried, because there's a lot of like movies right now. They're trying to at least
Like
uh, show the story of an artist, like
yes,
even
yes.
Elton John, right?
Yes,
Have
yes,
you?
even that too. I watched that one also. It's always nice to see the process and what
Yes.
they used to do back then. And plus, I can imagine too, back then it was a lot harder with music
Mhm.
and recording because I'm
Yes.
sure they had to record with just tapes and they
Yes.
had to do it all in one shot. But
Yes.
yeah, Freddie Mercury is a great I really look up to him because he's a great performer. And that
True.
is literally why I am so inspired by that because he is just only one person with one voice and he was able to control a crowd
Yes, that the last
so
part. Yeah,
great.
the
Yeah.
last part of the movie, right?
Yeah, it was amazing. And that's, yeah, huge inspiration to me. And that's what I kind of try to view myself. Even like when I was picturing myself, like, oh, hearing the crowd saying Villa, Villa.
Yeah,
That's
I'm gonna
something
wait
I
for
was,
that. I'm gonna
yes.
wait for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
that's literally what I've been visualizing. And yeah, like one day, I'd love to get to that point.
Mhm.
But those are my inspirations, I would say.
Wow.
That was a huge thing. I know it's a little bit like it goes from this and then but there's a lot of reasoning to my influences.
Yes. How about like Filipino influences? Have
Oh,
you listened
I know
to?
Francis M. Yes, my dad introduced me to Francis M
Mhm.
because he was like also the hip hop in,
Yes.
the soul of
In
hip
Philippines.
hop in the Philippines.
Yes.
Um and like except a lot of my influences I'd say is like the love songs, growing up, with like the OPM love songs. I'm a really huge fan with Regine
Wait
with
a second.
like
It's
I'm
like
trying to say I'm like
you like more of like 2000 eras or like
yeah, like
90s,
like
right?
the love songs, I think it's because my parents would listen to the love songs or we would always, play the
In
uh
karaoke.
karaoke. Yeah, karaoke was
That's
always
why.
yeah. So I
Okay.
don't I would say like yeah, I think it's just the my parents really influenced me through karaoke and with their own, they had their own CDs too that they
Yeah.
would play. Like you were saying in the weekends they would do the chores and when
Uh,
they're cleaning they play the music
they
on
play the
and
music.
yeah,
That,
so I
yes.
that's how I definitely got some influence from there. And I also really like I love almost like I love all genres of music.
Mhm.
Like even like the rock, even Pinoy rock, all of that.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy all of that kind of stuff.
Wow.
And eventually like I would love to combine the two, together, like having
Mhm.
rock and rap. Or
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. There's maybe you can at least invite someone, local bands here, like a lot of like local bands,
Yeah.
like Zircon, Deadlight,
Yes.
Uppercase. There's a lot of bands here, right? That
Mhm.
you can collaborate with your for sure your
I would
masterpiece.
love to eventually do that. That's definitely another goal of mine for sure.
Yes, it will happen for sure. There's a lot
Thank
of time doing that. So
yes.
Uh, we can go to your next question about your single here, your first single that you
Yes.
released in Spotify. Can you tell me about that song, Cavity?
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like with my first song, I I think people were just waiting for me to finally put something out because Remember how I was saying I was just uploading videos of myself
Mhm.
just rapping on my iPhone, and then I
Mhm.
upload it to Instagram, and it's like either 60 seconds long.
Yes.
And yeah, and then eventually, because people have seen, they've watched my journey um
Mhm.
growing, right? So it came to a point where I started to get serious with the music, and then
Mhm.
people were just anticipating. They're just like, they're waiting. They're like, when are you
Oh,
dropping your first single? So
oh,
it was
okay.
it was one of those things where I think I might, depending what I do, I might redrop that song.
Mm.
Because like I said, I'm learning still, as I'm going with this journey, I'm learning. But the way how I thought about Cavity, though, it was my friend who showed me the beat. And I really like the trumpets in it. So the trump like I really like
I've
that.
been asked about that. You only have two instruments for that,
Yeah,
right? The
it's
the drum beat and then
like the
the
dun
trumpet.
dun
Yeah,
dun, dun, like,
like an oldie kind of sound, right?
yeah. And um yeah, and like, it was, and we were listening to the beat, and I just thought the beat was really, really
Yeah.
upbeat. And like the way how I wanted to make this song go, I think I was having something in it like too sweet give you, and I'm thinking about like cavities, like too
I
sweet
like your
give you
first
cavity.
two words there. Your first two words, like bad.
Yeah,
you
bad,
know.
bad. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I didn't even record a clean version. I was supposed to, and this is
Are you
also me.
serious?
Yeah. So this is why I'm still learning as I grow. So now I know for like the next time I go in to make sure I have like a clean version, a radio version, like
Okay.
that kind of stuff. And
Without
then
the explicit words,
yeah,
right?
and then the explicit, right? So but I'm trying to actually navigate away from obviously swearing, so that way I'm, even if I perform at an all ages, I want to make sure that
Mhm.
I'm not
Influencing
yeah,
them.
exactly. So um I'm very aware definitely of that. But Cavity was a single that was huge for my very first year, because last year, because I dropped it last year in October, but I actually had a huge, I was a part of this thing called Honey Jam.
Mhm.
Big shout out to Honey Jam, because it's a
Shout out.
female run, female led. It was like a female showcase, and it was
Yes.
all females that had to audition. And
Mhm.
I auditioned with rap too, so
Okay.
it was just really nice. And they started off with rap too. So yeah, and I was actually, they when I was performing, we had to perform one song. So I had my first single, Cavity. So they did
Mhm.
half of Cavity, and they did half of like my hip hop audition that I did. So it was really nice to actually hear Cavity in with a live band. So
Mm.
I
Your
actually performed.
second,
I
have you
did.
performed that with a live band?
Yeah,
Wow,
it was.
I want to
I,
hear
yeah,
that.
I'm gonna I'll send you the video.
Okay.
It's on the Honey Jam. It was recorded before, but it was a live stream. It was at the El
Mm.
Macombo. And
Where can
um
I find that? Like in YouTube or
YouTube,
okay.
yes. Yeah, and that was the thing with Honey Jam. They provided you with a house band,
Mhm.
excuse me. And yeah, and then they were able to compose my first single. And I didn't even drop the single yet, because I dropped it in October. So I actually performed it in August. So it was very new to me. And yeah, like, and they actually got like the saxophone.
Pump.
They got the saxophone with it.
How was
There
your
was,
experience in there, like with the live band behind you, and then you're
oh,
seeing your first single,
I
even you're not dropping it
I
out yet,
know.
right?
Yeah. Honestly, it was unreal. It was an experience that I want to experience again,
Mm,
because
for
you
sure.
realize that your voice is also the instrument. But if
Mhm.
you have people are here to listen to live music, and what better way to do it is with a live band where you hear the
Yes.
drums, you hear the electric guitar,
Yes.
you hear the piano. And then the fact that the band went out of their way and they found a saxophone player.
Mhm.
So it was awesome. And
Wow.
plus you were saying, yeah, like it never dropped yet, so it was a learning experience that I was really growing within that year. And I would
Wow.
love to perform with another band again.
For sure. Will happen. And then
Yeah.
when did you wrote this song?
Last year. I'd say like maybe last year in June,
2022.
July. Yeah,
Mhm.
2022. Yes. Yeah.
Mhm. And then how did you come up with your at least tone with and then like what's the process of this when you're doing these lyrics,
Oh,
this
oh,
song?
like the process of me writing
Yeah,
my
with the bit like.
Oh, yeah. So I guess it can go different ways. Whether or not, if I'm listening to the beat and I'm really liking the beat, sometimes I could go with, sometimes I write the hook first,
Mhm.
and or sometimes there's times where I actually don't even write the hook. I don't have a hook, but I have a verse.
Mhm.
And
Oh, okay.
because sometimes it can go like, I do the hook first, or I write a verse first, or if I have anything that I wanted to write down earlier that I felt inspired before, then I will go back to my notes and kind of cross look at with what I'm working with, and then kind of go from there. But also too, I need to realize too, like what the tone of the song is, like what is the meaning, because I really wanted to make sure that my music that does come out, it comes with purpose.
Mhm.
And of course, like it could be a party song, or it could be more about family, or it could be slowed down and talk about a heartbreak, but um yeah, I think I was just I'm usually moved by the beat and the harmonies, and because I'm humming, or I'm like da na 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 da na 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 da na na na, except I don't have words, but I have a tune in my head where I'm
Yes.
like
Yes.
"Dun-" and not just that, I always record on my phone like a voice
Yes.
note,
That's
because
like a handy
so
for
I'm
everyone,
so
right?
forgetful sometimes that after I finish one thing that I'm like, oh, that sounds so cool, and then I'm trying to write it down, and I'm like, wait, what's the tune of it? I forgot. I'm like, so
Yeah.
that's why now I've been doing a lot of voice recording. So you'll
Yes.
see all my voice notes. I have like so many. Just they're there just for just for like references and backing up to it. But yeah, and I really enjoy writing it, like
Yes.
writing it down versus texting it or typing it. I just feel like there's a different
Like
energy.
manually writing.
Yes, and I'm
You.
memorizing it too as I
Mhm.
go, because I'm writing it or I'm scratching it, and then like if I have a rough draft, I'm gonna make a good copy, like a new copy, just because, so without mistakes, so that way it's also muscle memory, and that way
Yes.
once I'm writing,
For
um,
sure.
I memorize it, and then I'm good for performing, kind of thing.
Well, what's the meaning of this song to you, Cavity? Like,
Um,
is I listen a lot of this song like
mhm.
a couple of days ago, and then right now, like I keep repeating it, and then it seems like it's really a big thing on your part, right? This song,
Yeah,
it
because
represents you. I
yeah,
think.
yeah, because I think like I say bad bitch, right? Like I'm saying I'm a bad, like I've been a queen. They address me as their majesty. Walk in, all eyes on me, attract you like I'm gravity.
Yes.
I'm gonna leave my mark, got you thinking
Yeah.
I'm your fantasy. So like it's just it's like feeling the empowerment within
Yes.
myself,
Yes.
that I've gained this confidence. Like I've learned, I've had the people who have watched me grow from like where I was, even from high school
Mm-hmm.
till now, and after college, or like during college, after college, and then me now going serious with this, like it's been quite the journey, but
Yes.
it's a lot of confidence that I've built within myself that
Yes.
really now shows. And because I've gone through a lot of changes with 2020 during the pandemic, because it was the year that either made you or break you or both. So
Yes.
that was definitely a year for me that it broke me, but it also made me.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like without that moment, those 2 years from 2020 and like 2021, even 2022 too, when I was started to perform.
Yes.
But yeah, like it's just, I think, yeah, like there's a lot of confidence back in me, like it's not just coming from like outside, it's like the inside out, like it's feeling that this is me. It's like it's heart and soul from the Philippines, like
Yeah.
um so
It
it's like a lot of,
represents really you.
yeah.
That's what I'm getting at on your song, right? Because I keep listening like before this interview, like, wait a
Mhm.
second, like, wow, there's a build up here. There's a build up in my personality, something like that. Like,
Yes.
I need to push it out and everyone like hear it, something
Yes.
like that, right?
Very, oh my gosh, that's honestly yes, because I think, yeah, it's been a journey for me. I was very shy. I was kind of sheltered in a way that I didn't want to tell people, or I was people pleasing. I didn't want to, get people upset or whatever. But now it's just like, no, it's like I'm Villa. I am a Filipina rapper. I'm
Mhm.
here to represent the females. I'm here to represent the
Yeah.
Filipino culture, and
Yeah.
I'm here to represent my authentic self. And
Yeah.
like I feel true to myself with this. I feel like this is something that has been waiting. It's like it's time. Like, thank you for coming out, Ashley. Like, it's been a while. Like, yeah. So I'm proud of that song. And
Yes.
it's definitely a growth to still look at and to grow from, just because it's just the only one song I have out there. But I do have other songs there that are features, but it's not my song. So
Mhm.
eventually I'm literally gonna have way more. But
When are you planning to release more songs?
oh, next year I have. I actually took a, not that I took a break of releasing any stuff. I just wanted to take another year of myself, just pushing myself out there, because I
Mhm.
needed to bring out this brand, right? Like, I need to make
Mhm.
sure people know who is Villa, and like to build my fan base. Because people are still waiting. They're like, oh, Villa, I want to have a feature. I want to have a collaboration. Like, and I still need to build my own stuff, right? My own catalog. And yeah,
Do you
eventually.
have orange for that
Oh
feature?
yes, yes, I can make orange for this. Yes, I
Oh
could
wow.
definitely do that. Is
Okay.
orange your favorite color?
At least it's kind of like brightful for me,
Yeah,
and I have one orange from my work before. It's really cool to have orange sometimes, right?
yeah.
But it's not really like typical kind of color on a
Right.
shirt, right?
That's very true. Orange is
Yes.
like, it's like you don't wear that almost every day or anything. It's
Hmm.
not that common. But
Not
uh,
like pink, right? Not like
yeah,
pink.
yes,
Yes,
yeah,
at least, right?
yes,
Commonly, for sure, in a lady.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yes.
wow. So you're planning next year. So but any upcoming shows later on? Like
Yeah. So
but
yeah.
before you can answer that, how about your experience last September, Dututan?
Yes.
Uh how was it?
Oh wow, that one was also such a great experience to be a part of history,
Yes.
because this is the very first dutan that had came to Canada or
Yes.
internationally, right?
Yes.
So it was just really nice to again, like to embrace the culture and what we have already here, and what the roots were in the Philippines already. Like they
Mhm.
had it already set in stone. And then the fact that they were thinking about bringing dutan internationally into Canada, Toronto
Mhm.
specifically,
Yes,
it was really cool to, be a part of that, and just experience what, what people back home are experiencing, except
that's
it's in
true.
a different, it's in the we're in Canada, right? And there was other people who were coming from different places like Montreal or
Yes,
Saskatoon, so
even Vancouver. One, I
yeah,
think.
Vancouver, yeah. So it's really cool to see that come all together, and even to see the original host of
Yeah,
Dutan,
true,
because he was
true.
there too. So that was really nice to interact with and to introduce myself to. And yeah, like it was different because you never see, even here in Canada, like I'm
Mhm.
even thinking about it, like where do you have an event that's a tattoo expo plus a music fest together, which is,
That's true.
it's really cool to see. And I think it's nice that we were able to put it out there, because that could inspire other people
Mm.
to, maybe do something along that.
Yes.
So, and it's
We're
really nice.
looking forward to the next year for
Oh
another
yeah.
Tributan Fest, right?
Yes.
So hopefully, right? And then you just recently also did a show, right?
Yes, I did a show. It was called The Mix Down.
Mhm.
Shout out to Marie for inviting me for that. Um, yeah, The
Okay.
Mix Down was a great show, and I wanted to do something different that time, and I
Mhm.
wanted to bring Rest Flow,
Mhm.
another Filipino rapper, and then also his kids,
Yeah,
Tino Star and Cranky
Crankiness
Man.
and
Yeah,
Tino Star. That
yeah, I
two
wanted
two
to,
boys, right?
I felt that, truly deep down within, I feel like I've done a lot of performances, and this was something that I wanted to do differently, and I wanted to add in spoken words. So I
Mhm.
actually did poetry. I did
Oh, okay.
during my hip hop performance at the very end, I did a poem and I did spoken
Mhm.
words. So
Mhm.
it was a calm kind of environment after at the end, where I wanted people to hear me speak, speak raw and true to my feelings. And the poem was called I do this to inspire the next.
Can,
And
can I
that
can I
is,
have some words from like at
yeah,
least
sure,
here?
yeah. If I could, yes, I have it. Um, here I will say yes here, because I wanted to do this because I wanted to show my reasoning to why I'm really here and why I'm here to do this. And I want to do this because I want to inspire the next generation,
Yes.
and what better way to kind of show that is through Rest Flow and his kids, right? Because Rest Flow is
Mhm.
giving, he's inspiring the
Yes.
generation that is
Yes.
his kids. So it's really nice to see that. But here I'll show you. I have it written down here on my phone. So I'll do this. Okay, so I said, I do this to inspire the next, break down barriers and take the next step. Generational norms that we can forget, that break down dreams and make you live with regret. I do this to inspire the next. From generation to generations that live on for checks, that cut necks, living paycheck to paycheck, that work hard to make it to a point where living lives are for faking it. I do this to inspire the next. That fear can't take over if you live off from your chest. Rather test beauty of the beast, I'll be your guest, but only if you drop your ego for the test of life, that grime, that knife to cut you open if you dive to survive, to know
Wow.
who you really are. But that's life. And
Oh
like,
wow.
Yeah, it gets deeper, like, and I say, like,
Have you-
I do this to inspire the next, so that little girls like me when I was younger can say I can do that. I don't need your say to live the dreams I still have till this day. I don't need you to form me in this cute little box that you have for me, a doctor, a teacher, lawyer, but neither, but to grow into that tiny but mighty leader.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I said, I do this to inspire the next. So when I have my own children, I allow them to create freely, deeply, and clearly.
Mhm.
And I do this to inspire the next, so I can create my own platform to welcome the many different cultures, crush the vultures that eat off your energy, fill the energy with memories made to last for centuries, and eventually become a documentary. And
Wow.
I do this to inspire the next, that I was put on this earth to know my worth, that I can do anything I put my mind to, and so can you. Tunnel the path, find my roots, feel the truth that I am born a Filipina and those are my roots.
Mhm.
I can never forget where I'm from, to show respect for my ancestors where it all begun. From La Union to Manila, and
Wow.
here I give you a taste of Villa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Have you
I
thought
even
of
Sorry,
what's
what was
that?
that?
Sorry?
Oh, I was trying to I even say, like, even when I was performing,
Mhm.
I even tried to speak Tagalog. Like, I only said like one line. It
Mhm.
might I'm very new to this, right? So like I'm still, I'm even asking my parents. I'm like, is this good? Can I get a check, please? Or even rest flow. I even asked rest flow, like, is this
Yes.
okay? Does this make sense? And I was trying to say I do this to inspire the next in Tagalog.
Okay.
Like, ginagawa ko ito para ma-inspire ang susunod. Yeah.
Wow.
So I try, yeah. And then after I had that poem, I introduced Rest Flow and
Mhm.
his kids, and then
Oh.
they ended it off with the set with my set.
Mhm.
And I just wanted to be able to give back to the
Mhm.
community,
Yeah.
because I'm in and out, like, I'm in the city, right? Like, I'm in the
Yes.
Toronto music scene,
Yes.
and I want to be that bridge to help Filipino Philcan artists and the Toronto music scene bring it
Yes.
together. And because it doesn't matter if you're rapping or singing in a different language, it's
That's
because
true.
music is the universal language, right? So
That's very
people
true.
feel it,
Mhm.
right? And it doesn't matter if you don't understand, it's what you feel from the
Yes.
performance. So that was something I wanted to kind of inspire the room with, that it doesn't matter if and I was encouraging them. I'm like, I want you to rap in Tagalog, like, you
Mhm.
like,
Are
rap
you
in
planning to
Tagalog.
write a Tagalog song later on?
Oh yes, oh my gosh, yes. That one, I feel like everyone's gonna get lots of, like nosebleed
No.
and like shock. Like, I feel like
No, you can master that for sure.
yeah, because
Yeah.
before I was singing, like, when I was singing, I in the like with the karaoke when I was
Mhm.
younger, my parents were saying I was like fluent, like I was fluent
Mhm.
singing in Tagalog. And that's why I think I'm able to understand it, because I hear it, but I think I
Mhm.
need to practice more speaking it. In
True.
Yeah, but I'm still learning, and I feel like because I'm a part of this community now in
Mhm.
Canada with the Filipino community here, it makes me really embrace my
Yes.
culture. And seeing Rest Flow and the kids, them rapping in Tagalog, that makes me want to rap in Tagalog as well. And eventually that's definitely going to happen, because I want Tagalog rap to be out there.
For sure. And
Mhm.
especially you're the one who will do that rap song, right? On the
Yes.
Filipino lyrics.
Yes.
So we're gonna watch out for that. And have you thought of thinking to put a like melody and a beat on that poem that you
Oh, I that's a good question. I haven't thought about that. I mean, I was actually thinking about if there was a beat or instrumental that could
rhyme.
yeah, or like could be mixed with it. But
Because when you're trying to like say it, trying to tell me about your poem right now, I can hear some tone of it. Like I can't remember the, I can't
yeah, but it has
remember
like
it, but
the
there's a,
potential
yeah,
of a
there's a
song.
potential putting a tone and a melody and a beat at the same time when you're trying to tell
Yeah,
me your poem. Like, oops.
I like that. I like that you're asking me these questions because it is very like I should be thinking like that. But no, like that because I think because that was my very first time
Mhm,
just doing spoken words and
mhm,
just performing the poem. So I wanted to see how it went a cappella and just
mhm.
no, right? So I wanted to switch the tone in the room to show you like this is
Yes.
me. This is the raw Villa. This is me who I am and I want to show you my roots and why I'm here today to show you, you know. So I think it was a different tone, but I've learned a lot from that performance and
Wow.
my heart felt very full because I
Mhm,
was able to give opportunity to the community in our, you know, in our community to bring that to a non because they've never performed in front of a non-Filipino crowd,
mhm.
right? So it was a great experience for them too because they're growing and
Yes.
I love to see the growth and that's what you want to see in the community is the growth
Yes.
and I want to help out with that too because I'm pushing myself, you know, I'm pushing myself into the Toronto music scene. I'm trying to get out there, you know, and yeah, and I just want to show you like, hey, like I'm your tiny but mighty Filipino rapper and I'm coming, you know, like I'm gonna you might just hear about me or you might just see me on Instagram, but I'm gonna make sure that I'm pushing
Yes.
my brand out there. And that's what I've been mainly doing this year.
I'm gonna wait for that. Like one day, Villa will be on a stage with full of crowd, like not only like Filipino crowd, then saying Villa,
Yeah,
Villa, right?
yeah.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna
Yes.
wait for that for sure.
Yes. Me too.
But for sure, you need to push it out, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like you
And
can't just sit
yeah,
around and expect it to
yes,
just like fall onto your lap. I know
yes,
a lot of people do think that like, oh, some opportunities just come to people's laps and it's like, no,
mhm,
you really have to work hard to get
yes,
that. Like it doesn't matter. You know, you gotta just at least make sure you're doing 1% better than
mhm,
yesterday. You know,
yes,
and like and 1% means more than it's better than zero, you know?
yes, for
And
sure.
I just think yeah, like people need to get out there and you know, and especially no one if no one knows me yet, I need to make sure that I'm like, hey, you need to know about me. This is me, this is Villa. And I've had so many times where I've had to go down, you know, because I had to go down to Toronto many times just for a show. And um yeah, so it's like if I could take a train, a subway, and a bus to get to my show, you know, there's no excuses for you not
Yes,
to, you
for
know.
sure.
So and if you really want it, you're gonna go and make sure you get it. And not just that, but like no one will believe in you until you believe in yourself.
That's very true. Wow.
Mhm.
So, any upcoming shows, Villa?
Yeah. So big shout out to Filipino Music Productions. They
Hmm.
have the Vibin Showcase happening. And I'm a part of that. It's this
Wow.
Saturday, so tomorrow.
Tomorrow
So
night.
I'm yeah, so I'm definitely going to prep I need to prep my outfit. I need to prep, you know, like I need to prep,
Yes.
you know, like what am I gonna say in between the sets, or
Hmm.
I and just going over my set. So yeah, and I'm excited for that, and I'm gonna bring my sister with me, and it's nice. It's always nice to have you know your family or
For
your
sure.
cousins or even close friends, you know, to come and support you. So and because it's a Filipino community like event. I
Hmm.
love these events because it makes me feel, I feel I embrace it, I embrace that we have a lot of Filipino artists and Filipino creatives here in the city, and
That's
a
very
lot of
true.
every like very talented,
Yes.
multi-talented, if anything. They're singing, rapping, dancing, all of that. So it's really inspiring. That's also it too. I get very inspired by these events that I go to that is Filipino, related, and
Mhm.
it makes me want to learn. I'm curious. I want to learn more, and I know that I can learn more.
For
So
sure, because there will be a ton of events for sure. Even this end of the year and then next year for sure. Especially Philcan Music Awards for sure next year. Right, a
yes.
lot of like uh, kind of events, especially in summertime, right? So hopefully we're gonna see you there like each event, and
Hmm.
also for the local Toronto's event shows, right?
Yes.
So, uh, aside from vibing for tomorrow night, any other shows coming up?
Um, You know what? I was actually telling myself I didn't want to do any more December shows.
Mm-hmm.
Um just because I felt that I wanted to make sure I plan for next year,
Mm-hmm.
and just like, save for next year too, because summertime is the peak time
Yes.
with everyone going out, and they're like, "Hey, can you come out?" And we're staying out till like late. So it's like this time, the winter time, like December, January, February, is like the kind of hibernation
I
kind of thing.
agree. I
So
agree for that.
yeah, but I'm gonna plan, I think, it's crazy you asked this because I ended up getting three opportunities. Like I got them all today. Like
Hmm.
I'm just taking it in now. Yeah, like and all three could possibly be, well, two of them I know are Filipino related,
Hmm.
with like Simbang Gabi, like there's
Hmm.
that one.
Yes.
And then I had another lady ask me, Kapisanan Philippine Center, and it's arts and culture in Mississauga. And
Hmm.
this lady, yeah, she was asking if I'm open to performing for their Pasko sa Cultura winter festival.
Hmm.
So I'm planning, I think I'm gonna be planning on doing that, because even though I did say I didn't want to do certain shows, or much, not much, but because this is for the community, this is
Hmm.
something that I like. It aligns with me, and it truly, like, deep down in my heart, I'm like, I need to be out there, for the community. And I need to make sure that I'm a part of the Mississauga culture too, because I
Yes.
was actually born and raised in Mississauga. So
Hmm.
Mississauga is like my home to me. So this is why I'm very open to doing something like
Hmm.
that. And it's definitely for the culture, and it's like for the youth, and they want to empower Filipino, yeah, they want to empower Filipinos and Filipinas, all of that, and the youth through art. And that's something that I want to do also,
Yes.
and that's why I do this, to inspire the next. Like, this is exactly what I've always wanted to do. And yeah, and I think that's something I'm probably going to do. I just need to. It's funny because I'm just looking at the message right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, so I'm gonna see what happens with
Is
that.
it possible to invite everyone with your upcoming shows at least?
Wait, what was that again?
Is it possible to invite everyone for your upcoming
Oh
shows,
yeah, I
especially like
mean,
tomorrow?
yeah, because, well, the first the Simbanga Bay one, I just got the profile. I'm checking the profile. It's Filipino Christmas market. If
Mm-hmm.
you Christmas night market. So like Filipino Christmas night market, that's something that's happening. There's 30 plus vendors, performances.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah, so like they have that going on. And then I'm not sure. I haven't gotten the person haven't hasn't gone back to me for like the second
Mm-hmm.
opportunity for me, and then the third one is going to be in Mississauga. But because I just got the, oh wait, oh, it's Sunday, November 26th. So next
Mm.
Sunday, from 12 to 6 p.m. at Small Arms Inspection Building in Mississauga. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna be doing that one. I really want to do that one. I haven't gone back to her. I just saw the message, but
Mhm.
yeah, like that's, I think, even though I said to myself, oh, I'm not gonna do any more shows in December, but I think because this one, well, this
Still
one's in
November. That's
this
still
one's still November. Sorry, the first two are in December, like beginning of
yes.
December, December 2nd and 3rd.
Mhm.
So, but I think because it's at the beginning, I think it should be okay.
Yeah,
You
the
know,
following week of next week,
yeah,
right?
I think the next 3 weeks after, it's like, no, please give me my. I need to, like, let me spend my time with my family by myself and
Hibernate.
hibernate and recharge. I need to take
Yes,
care of myself.
that's
Health is
very true.
wealth. Make
Mhm.
sure health is wealth, because if I want to be able to do this passion every day, I need to make sure I wake up and I feel good and I feel
Mhm.
healthy. And yeah, I feel like that's like super important to me, and just creating your own boundaries.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm excited to see.
Maybe from that time, maybe you already wrote a Filipino rap song.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I am
Right?
and this is also why I need that hibernation, to
Mhm.
like let me sink down and let me get connect with myself a lot deeper with my music and
Yes.
my core and my and
Mhm.
like what I'm trying to do for the next year. But I'm honestly so excited. I was already starting to get excited maybe midway through the year, or maybe in
Yeah.
October. I was like, oh, I'm excited for next year already, you know like
Wow.
I'm excited for more things to happen, kind of thing. But I'm grateful, like we still have like a bit left of November, like halfway
Mhm.
through, and then still December. So
Yes.
yeah. So I think
Wow.
there's still lots of time to, dig deep with that, and just need to make sure I'm making better decisions and moves from what I did this year. So at least I'm learning from my mistakes and trying to apply it for next year.
Wow. That's very
Yeah.
good. And,
Thank you.
can't wait for your next year, Villa. So where they can find Villa in social media platforms.
Okay. If you're trying to find me out on all platforms, search up V exclamation point LLAH. And
Mm-hmm.
then for my social medias, it's Villa Official Music. And then my Facebook is Villa Music. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to build my Facebook though. My Facebook I feel like it's still growing, but but all the other stuff like TikTok, it's a Villa Official Music. Instagram is Villa Official Music. I think I still have my Twitter. That's also that too. But the main ones I've been using is a bit of, yeah, Instagram. I'm gonna be posting a lot more on my YouTube channel as well, because I
Oh
think
wow.
that's something I need to grow more
Yes.
instead of just doing one platform. And eventually I'm gonna have my own website, so that way
Wow.
a lot easier for people to get the merchandise, or
Yes, for sure.
check when my next up and coming shows are. I also wanted to say too that next year I'm planning on creating my own event. I want to
Wow,
create
that's
my
very
own
good.
event. Yeah, and I want to call it Taste of Villa, the
Mhm.
Mighty series. And
Wow.
because even though I'm tiny but mighty, but I want to be able to showcase the mighty artists that is here in the city, or even if it's from Vancouver, Alberta.
Mhm,
I'm gonna make sure I reach out to them too as well. But I just want to show what it means to be mighty, and
mhm.
what does being mighty mean to you as an artist. And that's
Nice.
where I also want to, again, bring in the culture, have the Filipino culture, Philcan music kind of, and get the Toronto music scene, build it together. And,
That's
I
great.
want to see, and it's not just going to be Tagalog rap. Like, I would love to have even, people rapping in Spanish, or people
Wow. Yes,
rapping in Hindu, like
yes. It's
a
a
lot of,
diverse
yeah.
kind of thing,
And
right?
there's a
So
lot, and Toronto too is pretty much we're the most. multicultural city
Yes.
in the world. So that's why I'm like, there shouldn't be like, I want to be able to bring that platform that it doesn't matter what language you're going to be rapping in or singing in, it's what everyone's gonna feel, you know.
Wow.
So eventually I want that to kind of mix together, and I'm gonna call it Taste of Villa, the Mighty series.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait for that, Villa.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck. So just for sure, just invite us for
Yes, I will
your
definitely. Yes, I would love for you to come
plan.
too. And yeah, I'm definitely thinking a lot. That's why I'm trying to hibernate. That's
For
why
sure.
I'm like, excuse me.
After your shows, like no one will bother you, right? So
Yeah, because
everyone, don't bother Villa this coming December.
I'm like, let me think what the
Yes.
next moves are. But I'm just excited, you know, and I'm very grateful, regardless of how busy I can get and like the go or like the
Mhm.
burnout. You know, I it's all a part of the process, and I just feel like now that I'm doing this, it's like I'm being true to myself, and I'm really showing why I'm doing this, and that's why I think this is now my time to start shooting
Yes.
for the stars and all of
Yes.
that. So yeah.
Wow. Good to hear from you, Villa.
Thank you again. Thank you so much, like, for having me on this platform and for allowing me to have a voice here,
Yes.
because it's really great to have that, and I feel great even doing this interview, this podcast, you know.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you also for joining me here to this show, Alternative Life Talk. But before I'm gonna let you go, Villa, any inspirational, at least for everyone,
Um
advice.
I would just like to say, no matter how many times people will knock you down or try to test you in your life and with what you want to be doing with your life, if you are true to yourself every day and you make sure that yeah, you wake up and you're like, you have a reason why you're doing these things, keep going, do it. And you know, who cares what others are saying? Most of the times they're living in their own world, and you know, and build that confidence within yourself first. You know, I think because I was able to build confidence within myself, I know my true self-worth, that you know, I'm able to do this. So it's not like I don't care what the outside bubble could say, right? And you know, so I do it. You know,
Yes.
I want to show that you can do it, and I'm in the process of doing all these things. But
Yes.
I'm telling you, I think you will feel rewarded when it's a passion of yours, and that you're gonna be doing something. And you know, a lot will come with sacrifices too within your journey, but you're gonna realize that you know, you have to be grateful for what you have. And you know, like, the more you give, you will get, you know. And just speak it to in existence that you are an artist, you know. Don't say, oh no, don't hide it under the rug, or you know, just be proud of who you are and be proud of what you're doing. So, and that's what I would say to everyone, to be your true authentic self, because you only have one life to live, and life is too short, and a lot of people do regret not living their truest lives. So do it. Not Nike, just do it, but I
Just
want you
do it.
just do it, you know? But like,
Just do it, man. No, that's really at least got inspired for that. That's why I'm still here, continuing what I'm trying to pursue, what I love. Especially, it's only like a hobby for me right now,
aha.
but it gets me at least uh, go with it, right? Is
Yes, of
you know,
course.
and
I
it's
love
really
what you're
nice to
doing.
talk to anyone, like everyone, especially artists here every Friday, getting to know a lot of them, like especially you also here, telling me your story and your background, especially with your music. So it really inspired me too each time I sit on my desk
Oh,
talking
thank
to someone, right?
you.
So
Thank you so much.
wow, it's really good to be here with you, Villa. I'm letting you
Mhm.
go. It's getting late now, and then
Yes.
soon you will get you will have your hibernation.
Yes, yes, no, no, no. I'm
Pray
honestly
for
so no, I'm happy that I was able to talk to you and share my words and to
yes,
tell my story, because I feel
yes,
like that is also another part of my my journey that needs to also be kind of put out, like there's
yes,
reasons to why I am the way I am, and it's
yes,
the way
for sure.
how life has thrown at me and all that. But like I said, I'm very grateful to be busy with the things that I want to be busy with, and not busy
Mhm.
with doing something that I'm not trying to do.
Yes,
So I think I'm feeling like a lot like happier with what I'm doing, because I
yes.
think it's aligning. So thank you so much again for having me on your platform.
Same here.
And like I feel like I could talk for hours because I'm very conversationalist,
I
but
know.
yeah, but thank you so much again for having me. I'm very grateful for this, and I'm going to definitely show my parents. Will this end up getting
Thank you.
uploaded, right?
Yes, it will be
Yes.
uploaded for life, for sure.
Okay. Okay,
So, and
awesome.
then for sure, see you tomorrow at
Yes, yeah,
Vibing, right?
yeah. Okay,
So,
yes. I will see you tomorrow. Oh my gosh, that's
okay,
great.
okay, Villa, I'll let you
Okay.
go. Have a good night, and thank you
Yes,
for
you
joining me
too.
here.
Of
Don't
course.
forget, yes, don't forget Villa. You can check her music on her Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, sp- and also her merchandise. You wanna like at least spare some merch
Oh my
for
gosh,
Villa.
yes. I'm gonna I'm
Yeah,
gonna
could you please
I'm
at least
restocking.
promote your merch?
Yes, yeah. Like I've been doing this pretty like on my own a bit still. So it's
Mhm,
not like I said, I eventually would like to have a website run
mhm,
get it running, but right now I'm doing it like pre-orders. People I'm getting orders like pre-orders from people, and then I'll be able to get it all finished, and then eventually I want to be able to ship it out. But
mhm.
right now I've just been like giving it personally. So
Wow.
it's still a nice way to kind of get it,
Mhm,
but I'd love to make it easier for people. So but
mhm.
if you'd like to get one, or someone like you can message me. Like when I get a restock, I will I'd love to give you one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes,
Nice, nice. So
yes.
don't forget to follow her on her Instagram.
Mhm.
Just type Villa Music, official music, right?
Yes, Villa official music.
Villa official music. And here you can see it in our platform, facebook.com Villa Music. Then also your YouTube account. It's just type Villa V
Official. It should be the
exclamation
same.
point
Yeah.
double L
LL.
A N H,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Villa.
Villa, Villa.
That's nice.
Exactly.
That's nice. Okay,
Yes.
Villa. Thank you once again, and then hope to see you soon.
Yes.
Uh, it's a pleasure here.
Yes. Thank you. It was a
Thank you.
pleasure to being here and everything.
Yes, same here. Have a good
Yes.
night.
Thank you. You too. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye.